Yo, what's going on, guys? You already know what time it is. This is your boy, the one and only, the true and living legend, Hunter J23, coming to you live with another very special edition of Independent Scene Podcast. I want to take this opportunity right now to thank you all for joining me. It is always such a pleasure and an honor to be bringing you these interviews, bringing you these guests. That way you can get a chance to look inside their lives and see what they go through, and see what they deal with, see how they move and operate. But it is an honor to not only be the host of this show, but not only that, to be able to hear these stories and the backstories behind these artists and how they come up and where they come from. So today we got a really dope guest in the building. This artist that I'm about to bring on today is really phenomenal. She is spectacular. I definitely enjoy each and every single time that she performs, that she gets on this stage. But I'm talking about none other than CaliWood. For those of you that know CaliWood, y'all already know who I'm about to bring into the chat. But with that being said, she's already in the building. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome my guest at this time. Is my good friend and my special guest right here to Independent Scene Podcast for the first time ever. CaliWood, let's get it. What's good? What's good?
What's good,
What's happening?
family?
What's happening? What's happening with you?
Nothing much, man. The grind. You already know. It's a
Already,
grind.
already. Well,
Let Lucy. Look at my
first,
dog. Come here.
first of all, let me just take the minute to say I truly want to say I have truly enjoyed watching everything that you've been got going on, your progression, your journey, and
Yeah,
it's truly been phenomenal. And to be not only a fan of yours, but to just see how you move and operate, it's just so spectacular. So
I appreciate it.
for those that don't know you, please introduce yourself to these fine people. Then we're gonna jump right into it.
All right, you already know who it is. And if you don't know, my name is CaliWood Rassamon, aka the Rastafarian, aka the Flow Goddess. Yes, yeah. Yes,
Most
sir.
most definitely. We just gonna jump right into it. So first things first. Where did the music bug? How did you catch the music bug, and where did it all start?
For real, God, man, like I've been able to sing since I could, since I graced this earth, so I didn't teach myself, it just was given to me. I don't know how I learned how to sing. It was a gift. So I used that gift to be able to give back to the people. And so from there, I just started going hard. I started singing in church, and after I left the church and found my spirituality, I knew I needed to still give my gift to the people. And I just needed to find a way to do that and be able to monetize it. So all my life, literally all my life, I've been gifted with this voice.
Okay, okay. Now I gotta address the name Kellywood. Now, how did that come about? How did you come up with your stage name? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, everybody always asks me that. So my name is CaliWood Rassamon. And when I found my spirituality, really I found Rastafarianism, which is it's kind of an offspring to Christianity. Um, and when I found that way of life, um, Rassamon came apart. That was the last part of my name, Rassamon, and I felt like I needed to put that on there so people understood that um, I was grounding myself in a different way, and
Hmm.
not in the Christianity way that I used to. And then
Right.
CaliWood came from when I was in high school. This lady used to always call me Hollywood. Like I was in drama class and everything, and she was just a teacher helper, like a booster. And she was
Okay.
always like, Hollywood, Hollywood. And I'm like, wow, she really thinks I'm like Hollywood.
Yeah.
And so, and I've always wanted to go to California. Never been. Always
Okay.
wanted to go to California. And people will always ask me, was I from Cali? And I'm like, no. And they were like, well, you definitely would fit in. So I put the two together. I wanted a name that was going to be extremely unique. And when you research this name, nobody will pop up but me. And that's exactly what happened. So I put Cali with Rassamon together, shortened it to Cali so people wouldn't get so confused. And I rolled with it, and that became my essence, my aura.
Okay. Okay. Well, definitely. I definitely appreciate you for giving us that insight, that backstory to that, because like you said, I'm pretty sure you get that question a lot. So definitely, again, like I said, salute to you and everything that you got going on. So let's
For
talk about
sure.
this. Let's talk about this category of music that you put out. I mean, you have really truly embody what music is. You know, you're bringing music back to where it need to be. And being in this industry and being out here and
Hmm.
doing what you do, what is it about your music that makes your music so unique, so different?
What makes my music unique and different, I think, is the message. Um, I can write songs that are trendy and easy to bop to, but the message for me is the most powerful, and that's what I get a lot of feedback about is just the topics that I choose to talk about. Because I feel like music is the way that our culture has been able to communicate with one another, and that's
Right,
the way our community thrived is by using music as an expression to tell their story of what's happening in their lives. And ultimately, that helped us as listeners be able to go on with our lives. You know, if we had a heartbreak, we listened to a song that would get us through that heartbreak. If we were, having a problem with money or bills, we'd listen to a song that would get us through that. And so that's where the inspiration came from was like, I need to write music that when people are going through life, they can listen to something that can kind of help them forward their progression versus something that's going to take them back or just keep them in the same place. So I'm all about forwarding a positive movement. So that's where my inspiration really comes from. And it's really scary to write music like that where it's not as popular. You know, your Lauryn Hills, your Nas. Um, people don't want to hear a lot of truth nowadays, but
right,
it's definitely needed. Definitely
right.
needed. So I'll continue to push that forward.
Most definitely, most definitely. Now you dropped the song, you know, and I'm pretty sure this has been a while back. But I
Hmm.
still, you know, but it still bops to this day. You know, you came out with a song entitled "Dance." What was the message behind the song "Dance" that you came out with?
Dance, man. What's so crazy is I wrote that outside. I was in North Carolina. I wrote the song outside of 40 Below Barbershop. That's where I first started in North Carolina. Shout out to my guy Lynn. Um, and really, when I wrote the song, bro, like I wasn't thinking about a hit. I wasn't thinking about, you know, I wasn't thinking about anything. I kind of
Right,
just released myself to this beat, and I let the feelings of that beat, kind of shape what I was going to say. I knew it
right.
was going to be a happy or a bubbly song, but when I tell this story, honestly, people might think I'm crazy, but I tell them my grandmother helped me write this song. She's deceased, you know,
Okay.
but like she always used to sing this song to me, and it was called "Give Me the Beat, Boy, to Free My Soul. I wanna get lost in the rock and roll," some song like that. And so when I
Yeah,
listen back to Dance, and with my newfound spirituality, I'm like, man, yo, my ancestors, my spirit guides, they helped me write this song. Like I wanted to write something positive and happy for the culture, something that could be classic that you could play year after year after year. Did I know the concept of a hit? A hit? No. All I wanted was something that could be played time after time after time after time. I didn't know what that meant for the music industry. And once I wrote Dance, boy, psh, everybody and their mama was like going crazy. I'm like, what in the world? And I
yeah,
have a little dance to it. So people go
yeah,
crazy when I hit the dance, and I'm like, what is happening? Everybody, yo, that's a hit, that's a hit. And I'm like, man, what
yeah.
is a hit? And
Right.
that's kind of what forced me to start my company, start CaliWood Entertainment with music publishing and licensing, and start to really understand the business of music.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
dance is still doing amazing.
Yes, that's like I said. I can't tell you how many times I've listened to that song, and I tell you, it's like, I can appreciate when artists like yourself can really truly embody a song like that and really know what it's gonna take to not only, gain attention in a sense, but knowing how to get the people involved and knowing how to get, put them in better spirits. So definitely,
Yeah.
I definitely can't wait for you to put out more and more hits like that because that's what's gonna really change the game. You know what I mean?
Oh
So,
yeah.
definitely. So, I'll ask you this. So, being amongst other kings and queens out here that's doing this in this rap game, that's in this industry, what is
Mhm.
your take on being a part of the industry the way that you are? And again, like I said, being able to not only showcase what you're about, but be
Mhm.
able to think about it as well. What is that like for you?
Um, it was challenging. For a while, I felt like I'm a woman in the entertainment industry, and not only that, I'm a woman who likes women. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
this is a male-dominated industry, and I had to find the medium of being able to communicate within the industry to let people know that, I understand everything is about hits and numbers and, you know, putting people in position to, be
Right.
famous or be stars. But what I notice more than anything is that there's intellectual property when you are creating something, when you're creating bodies of work. And that's what I became more invested in, is the fact that we as creators have intellectual property. I'm talking about assets that we could license or be able to manage and utilize in different areas. And it's not always about getting on stage. It's not always about being in the limelight. There's many profitable ways that you can make money with your music, and it doesn't require everybody to know who you are or to know about you. It's about business. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I feel
Right.
like that's what really drawn me to write my first ebook. And that's on my website, CaliWoodEntertainment.com. I wrote my first ebook about just music registration, licenses, distribution, and how to manage and monetize your royalties. Because the first step, I believe, in my opinion, would be for each and every artist is to set up their business acumen behind their music and not just going out paying to play, which I spent most of a few years of my time doing without the understanding of business behind music and how to actually shop the music that I'm doing. And once I realized that, this is an intellectual property. I mean, Hustle showed us, that you can be an artist, but you can
Right.
also leave a generational wealth behind, behind what you're doing. And that really woke me up 10 times more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be about your business. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If you don't know how to, if you don't have a manager and you're not making enough money to have a manager, if you don't have a team, you need to be able to have enough business acumen to go into negotiate deals yourself, to be able to write out split sheets. And that's really where it boiled down to me, is like, okay, this is how it operates. Like, the music and making and getting in the studio is all fun. You know what I'm saying? But first things first, let's get to negotiate and make sure we're doing the business right, so that we can have fun afterwards and we can all be like, I was a part of this. And like, look at the credits. You know what I'm saying? Look at this, look at this. We got so many people that are just not understanding the musical business, and then they're just getting out here, or they're getting placements, or they're getting this, and they're never getting paid from it because they didn't understand how it went. So
Right.
I just dropped that ebook. Definitely, you guys on here, definitely cop that ebook from CaliWoodEntertainment.com. It'll teach you all the ways of how to get yourself registered and be able to work with other artists and creatives the right way, the business way, the music business way.
That part.
But
That
yeah,
part. Okay, I feel that. I feel that. And see, and again, this is exactly why I wanted to have this conversation with you because
yeah,
like I said, I've been watching you for a minute, and nothing. It's like nothing you do really surprises me, but at the same time, it's truly
hmm,
mind blowing whenever you're out here doing what you do. So
yeah,
so as it relates to the supporters and the fans and things of that nature, when
hmm.
you hear about these supporters as singing your songs, singing your lyrics, or maybe being in the same room and hearing the crowd responding to music, how do you feel about that?
To supporters responding to my music,
Yeah.
um, I mean, I'm humbled. You know, all my life I've been able to sing, so I've been hearing this for a very long time. I've got compliments on my singing and everything for a very long time. So I'm not conditioned to it, but I'm not as concerned about the hand claps for um, the music itself. It's more so the action behind the message that I'm trying to give out. So, you know, I appreciate the applause for, me going and accomplishing my dreams, because I do need that support. But I think what really satisfied me is that people truly become their individual selves through this process, through listening to my music, and,
Right.
and, and discovering oneself through listening to my music. So that's the biggest thing, you know. That's the biggest impact and the legacy I'm trying to leave. Is like if my music doesn't leave a message for you or some type of guidance for you, I haven't done my job, in my opinion, you know. So
Mm,
that's what makes me happy the most. I mean, I love the support of my people always,
okay.
and I feel like we're starting to band together. We're starting to understand, you know, ownership and how to take control of what we're doing and knowing it. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Kay? I
Most
love you too.
Most definitely, most definitely. Now, I wanna kind of switch gears for a split second because I wanna talk about the community, that being the LGBT community, and there are
Mhm.
a lot of artists out here who are afraid to embrace themselves in this industry
Mhm.
because, like you said, it's a male dominated arena. So
Exactly.
so for other artists who may be in the life or who may be in this community, how do they go about you know, successfully, saying making it out here in this industry, despite the fact that it's a male dominated arena.
Um. Definitely, man. Listen. You know, stay grounded. You know what I'm saying? Stay true to yourself. Know what you want. You know, a lot of people just go out here in the world and we don't know what we want. And trust me, I've been there, you know. But the more as I define what I need and whom I need around, everybody isn't for you, you know. And when you realize that, then you won't take it so personal each time that somebody doesn't want to support you because you're gay or somebody doesn't want to support you because of this, whatever their reasoning may be.
Right.
If you stay true to yourself, um, you know, your people will find you. And speaking of just being LGBT, I live in Georgia now, Atlanta, Georgia. So we got the vibe called ATL, where it's a safe space for not only LGBT but heterosexual people to perform, to commune, network, and that's what we're trying to cultivate all together in our world. And Vibe Code ATL is just a small example of that, where artists and creatives, not even just people who get on stage, but small businesses and entrepreneurs can come out and commune with all of the community. It's not about straight, it's not about gay, it's not about, you know, because I feel like there's just already too much of a divide. Like,
Hmm.
we don't need more division.
Right.
We need more inclusion. We need more community. We need more friends and neighbors that can help us elevate. So, yeah, if you guys follow the Vibe Code ATL on Instagram, check it out. You should definitely come out, bro. You could do some interviews out here for real. So
Most
just
def-
let me know.
Most definitely. Yeah. I'm with it. I'm with it. All right. So let me
Yeah.
ask this. So 5 to 10 years from now, where do you see yourself? When the music is done, you decide to
Hmm.
hang it up. What's next for CaliWood?
Man, I'm hoping to have a couple properties, um, a couple businesses that I'm owning and running. I want to open a facility for Callywood Entertainment that will hub all entertainment services and needs, where people will be able to just walk in and be able to get photography, be able to get videography, and essentially, I have a creative team that I'm leading right now. To essentially, I'm hoping build up to be able for them to be able to sustain themselves and be able to run a building that we may acquire in those next few years, and so I can go on to other endeavors to be able to create more passive income for us all. So the biggest thing for me right now, next 5, 10 years, I'm centralizing the revenue for my people so that we can start building some assets. We can start having some equity. We can start having, you know, just being able to have the resources to acquire what we want in life. You know what I'm saying? You know, we've struggled for a long time. It's
Right.
time to get back in shape, get back right. You know, put our heads in the books, understand how this world is, how this place that we're living in is operating, and become one of the wolves. And that's one of my mantras. Is like become the wolf. You know, you're not gonna get anywhere if you just gonna stand on the wayside or stand on the sideline. So 5 to 10 years, I'm trying to raise up a team of wolves. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And each area and sector of entertainment to be out here, you know, being able to set up their own meetings and negotiations, being able to um, handle their own business. You know what I'm saying? Be able to do contractual agreements, be able to know the how to articulate it, you know, in a business fashion, and things like that. I think those things are most important right now because, I mean, we're in America. We need judges, we need lawyers, we need doctors, we need people in
Right.
position that know what the hell they're doing. So it's bigger than music. It's more than music for me. And music is just the gift that I was graced with to be able to exploit myself. So, yeah, the next 5, 10 years, we're going to have some builders, we're going to have some land, some properties. I'm telling you, it's going to be real, and it's going to be way bigger than music.
Most definitely, most definitely. And I definitely, again, a thousand times over, I definitely support it all the way. So real quick, talk to us a little about, your transition from North Carolina, just a little bit, real,
Uh-huh.
your transition from North Carolina to, to go out there to Georgia. Like, what was the incentive behind going to Georgia? I mean, I'm pretty sure, you probably went
Yeah.
out for a better, for a better experience, for better networking. But at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
what was the sole purpose behind it?
So I moved to Georgia, the end of 2020. I had, just ended a relationship that, kind of broke my heart a little bit. And also I was doing shows in North Carolina. So I had just partnered with my guy Scott Morris from New York. I had artists coming from all over to the Rose Bar. Shout out to my guy, B Rose at the Rose Bar in North Carolina. But yeah, I was putting together this showcase, and it was going to feature so many artists. And then COVID happened, and I've been wanting to go to Georgia for a long time. I was visiting while I was in North Carolina,
Okay.
and I knew that even Georgia isn't the place that I'm going to settle. Right? Like these are my vehicles. I'm passing through the world and allowing people to be graced because I don't have the finances to be able to just hop on tour or just you know
Yeah.
do whatever I want. So I've got to make sacrifices. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so end of 2020, COVID happened. I had to refund all the money for the show. And my job had just let me go and stuff. And it was a hard time. Relationship was going bad. I'm like, man, God, what do you want me to do? Like, I can't stop. Like,
Right.
I can't just stop. I don't know, everybody else could stop and get unemployment. I didn't stop working. I ended up getting into Amazon, started delivering for Amazon. And yeah, just kept going. I was like, I need to go to Georgia because Georgia's still open. Georgia was open at the time. I was like, man, I need to go out there. I knew a promoter out here that was still hosting shows and stuff like that. I'm like, look, I need to get acquainted. I need to go out here. So I went, end of December 2020. For me, once I have that thought process, man, you got to go. You got to be a go-getter. You know what I'm saying? And I know everybody wants to plan and everything, and I plan as well. But sometimes things just got to happen, you know? And that's what happened. Like, I packed up all my stuff, came down to Atlanta. I was sleeping in my car. Like, it's been real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not easy. It's not for the weak. You know what I'm saying? Like, I slept in my car almost 7 months.
Wow.
Hotel, car, and then I found this creative team. I got a little gig, a little job or whatever. Got a creative team and started working there. I mean, I was doing shows out of my car. I had my dog in my car, Nola. Like, she was sleeping in the back seat with me. Like, it was a big transition, you know what I'm saying? Like, and not knowing anybody. And I tell people that, for music, like, you got to get out your hometown. First of all, I'm from Maryland, Delaware area. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Like, I'm a long ways from home, been a long ways from home.
Okay.
So getting out your comfort zone also helps, with that process of exploring your music. Like, not just mommy and daddy hearing your music and saying it's good. You go somewhere else where people don't know you and see how they reciprocate you. That's where you can get some honest feelings. And a lot of us don't like to get those honest feelings. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to hear the truth. We want everybody to just love us. You know what I'm saying? We don't want nobody to say, oh, that's not, you could improve on this or you could improve on that. Whereas me, I love that. I love for somebody, I can't have yes people around me. I
Right.
know my music is good, but I need somebody to tell me, all right, that part ain't, all right, maybe you could, goddamn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay.
this move, I was about to say, this move, along with the move when I moved to North Carolina, has also helped me grow as an individual, not just an artist. You know what I mean? Like, the sacrifices personally that I've had to make, it just helped me overall as an individual. So
Okay. 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 Well, I definitely, and see, guys, this is what I'm talking about. When we're able to, hear these stories, man, it really brings things full circle. So, I want to say thanks to you for being so open and candid about your, what you got going on, because people
For
don't know
sure.
this. And so for people to now notice, it's like, it gives them a better insight, you know what I'm saying, on
Yeah.
how things are moving, how things are shaking. All right, so now,
Mhm.
looking at where we are right now, 2022. You've been doing, you do shows. You put out, you putting out music. What's been the greatest achievement for you in your career that you successfully said, you know what, I did this and I know I did it.
Okay, sorry. Dog was barking. I had to get her right quick.
No, you
um
good.
the greatest achievement. I think my greatest achievement is really uh I feel like just the impact that people get from listening to my music fulfills me more than anything. Like when somebody gets happy about a service that I'm giving back, you know, like singing, to me, that's all the gratitude I need. I mean, when I grew up in church, man, when the first time I seen the power of my voice, when I really use my voice, you
Right,
know, I'm really shy. People don't realize like I'm really stage fright. I got stage fright. You know what I'm
right.
saying? I'm really shy most of the time. But when I let go, oh my
Yeah.
God, what happens to people when I actually use my voice? I'm like, wow, this is a power. This is more than a gift. Like this can change people. You know what
Right,
I'm saying?
right,
And that's the biggest thing that I got from it was like, God, oh my gosh, like people will change because of what I'm singing and how I'm singing it, you know? And so that's when I really knew, like, man, I got to do this for the greater good, not just for my own selfish reasons. Like, got to do this for the greater good because it's an influence.
most
And what
definitely.
better way to influence somebody other than a positive way? You know what I mean? So,
That part, that part. All right, so now, when it comes to the social media aspect, social media being a super huge platform for you to connect
uh
with
huh.
so many people all over the world. And
Mm
I'm pretty sure, your DMs have probably been stupid crazy, from
hmm. Mm
fans
hmm.
and supporters. So how has social media helped you or benefited you in any kind of way?
Social media has helped me a lot. I mean, I started on social media on Facebook probably like in 2011. I started doing videos. And that part, even getting online and singing was very nerve wracking at first. It was like, oh my God, like who are these people that are watching me? Um, but it helped me so much once I started getting on Instagram and start doing the challenges. I tell any artist, you know, if you want to build a following organically and you don't have ad spend money, you can do the challenges. Those challenges really help you. And if you're a decent artist, you know what I'm saying, social media presence already will help you. The way the world is moving now, it's all about personality. Your personality sells before your music. You know, your music could be like C-level music, but if you're a great person, people rock with that more than anything. And I think what this music journey has helped me is to be able to cultivate a better me inside and outside versus
Right,
just the music. You know, like a lot of people, sometimes you listen to an artist and you love their music, and then you might meet them in person and you're like, God, you don't seem like the same person that you talk about. You know,
yeah,
or like
yeah,
you don't seem as cool as you make yourself seem or whatever. You know, and my biggest thing is trying to be as transparent as possible. Is like not allowing the music to make me too high and mighty. First of all, because I'm not, and then like, you know, humbling myself and being like, okay, I have this gift. I know myself. You know what I'm saying? But
right,
you know, I can still be. I'm still human. You know, a lot of
right,
times social media can make people feel like, oh, this person is so high up and this person never has issues or this person never has problems. No, that's just because I choose to expose what I want to expose. But I go through life just like you. So I feel like being humble really helps me on social media because, you know, the minute you do something wrong, people, you know, your fans might just turn like
yeah,
that. You do something that they don't agree with. So
yeah,
I think being fully transparent with this process has really helped me be a better artist online. And it slowed me up from doing challenges and things like that too. I haven't been online as I used to be, because I'm working so hard on myself, you know, so that in the next few years when I come out and you see CaliWood, it's gonna be a whole nother level.
most
You know, it's
definitely.
gonna be a whole nother level.
I definitely see that. Okay. So now, when you think about the landscape and the genres of music because there are so many genres of music. You know,
Hmm.
there are so many spectacular, wonderful artists out here doing their thing. You know,
Yeah.
just to again, and I want to kind of go back for a second, just to see that and to know that not only are you an artist, but you're amongst such greats out here that's really coming up through the ranks. You know,
Hmm.
make you feel to know that you're kind of in that light, you're kind of in that conversation a little bit.
Yeah. I've definitely met some notable people that have made history, that have done major things, and that itself humbles me. It's like I used to look at some of the people that I see on TV, and now I can get on stage with them. You know, like I mean, it's it makes me speechless sometimes, just because I'm like, wow, who am I? You know, and always it's like I always have to do a self check. Like, this is me. Like, this is my life. This is where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? And because of the sacrifices I made, and because of the work I'm doing within myself, you know, I'm being afforded these opportunities. And that's why I try to tell everybody that's the goal. You know, like, work on yourself, man. Because if you're trying to impress other people, you know, because I don't try to impress anybody. You know, I'm my biggest competition. Like,
Right.
everybody else, you know, I'm a support everybody else. Period. Like, there's no question. It's the battle is within me. So, like, this journey has, like, I don't know, it's taught me a lot, man, and it's taught me a lot about myself, and what I want out of this. So, I mean, I have some mentors and that are in great places and high places. Lucy, I have some mentors, that are in high places and that can get me connected with people. And usually I'm not so pumped and primed to meet people that are like celebrities or anything. It's more so if they align with what I'm trying to go for. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I feel
And
that. I
and
feel
that goes back to what I was saying about, meeting somebody that you thought had this type of mindset, or maybe had
yeah.
this type of mindset, and you
Yeah.
realize, I'm like, oh, wait, now maybe not.
Yeah. I
Um,
feel that.
yeah, and that's why I just try to cultivate that so people can understand me. Like, hey, I am that. So, come correct. That's
Right.
all. And I just try to do that for others.
That part, that part. All right, so my last two things I want to kind of get into real quick is when it comes to the younger up and coming talent of today. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
there are so many, you know, uh, really within our youth, within the younger generation that is coming up and wanting to put their step out here on the world. What's your
Mm-hmm.
advice to the up and coming artists of today? You know, say what do they got to do to make sure that they successfully make it out here in this business?
Know your business. You know what I'm saying? Know your business. Know what you're getting into. Everybody is so happy about temporary success. Everybody wants that temporary boost of dopamine. Like, oh my God, somebody loves me. One person, somebody loves me. It's a forever game. Like, you gotta be in it. You gotta be in it for the long haul. It's not just something that happens overnight. Like, and people ask me, even me coming to North Carolina, when everyone, yourself, and seeing me perform, I've been singing still 10 plus years before I got to North Carolina.
Okay.
So it's like, not, I wasn't in that open mic stage. I was in a church, but my point is, it takes time.
Right.
So
Right.
if you're starting off and you're trying to figure it out, believe me, it's going to be hard, but it's going to be a self-awareness journey that you're going to appreciate. You're going to appreciate the strengths that you learn within that journey, because you have to learn it yourself, essentially. Most of us as artists, we want to get into it, and we got one nice song and we're like, I need a manager, I need a
Right.
label, I need a this. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? That was me.
Exactly.
I'm like, I need
Yeah.
all these people. But and I mean, I do still need a creative team, but
Right.
essentially, a lot of the stuff with social media and online, you can do yourself nowadays, and that's the beauty of social media right now, is that you can monetize and manage your royalties online, and you don't even have to, again, be on stage, man. Like, as these kids, you see 6-year-olds, 7, 8-year-olds going viral, getting money. Look at Lele. Lele went from being online to
There you
having
go.
a show. You
Exactly.
understand?
Right.
Because and she's a kid. Of course, somebody was helping manage that and keep it
Right.
and get
Of
it
course.
going.
Of course. Of
But
course.
consistency, I mean,
Yeah.
and the internet, you and business acumen. That's all you
Right.
need nowadays. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
all you need, because it's no point in going viral if you have no way to monetize that. What is the point of 1,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 people looking at you if you're not making a dime off of it? You're just letting everybody into your world for what? You know,
Right.
it makes no
Exactly.
sense to me. So
Exactly.
sell a T-shirt or something, and you'll see that. You'll see that when people start to get, go viral, and they don't have a business and they don't have something, they'll get something eventually. You'll see they might start selling a T-shirt based on what they got viral off of. They'll start selling us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
the goal is to, consistency. If you're young, if you're old, it doesn't matter. Consistency, utilizing the internet, and business acumen. Those are my three main things that I would tell anybody, utilize,
Most
because it
definitely.
works.
Most definitely. Most definitely. So my last thing I want to get into real quick is, when it comes to you as a whole, you as a person, you as an artist,
Mm-hmm.
aside from your music, what is one
Mm-hmm.
what is the one thing that you always want the people to remember about you at the end of the day?
Man, it's about love always. It's about love. You know, in our community, sometimes it's hard to have the tough conversations. It's hard to not get offended by somebody telling you the honest truth. And what I've been able to do is learn how to articulate truth in such a way that, you know, I'm not offending the next person, but I'm peacefully observing and being transparent with the people around me to tell them, hey, well, maybe you should do this, and this maybe could help you in this lane. If you're going through, I'm no therapist. You know what I'm saying? I go through life too,
Right.
but you know, I've been able to cultivate this mindset that allows me to kind of push out those negative things, and sometimes they're hard to push out. Sometimes I go through, and I'm
Right.
like, how do I get this energy off me? And I think that's just the biggest thing is mindset, man. Mindset. You know, retraining your mind, understanding that, everything that we learn from everybody else is cool. What we went to school to learn, what our parents taught us, that's cool. But what do you want? What do you want out of life? Not what your mama wants you. My mom want me to go to school. My dad want me to do this. My teacher want me to do this. What do you want to do? And how can you fulfill that in this life, and be able to sustain in life? And I think that's just the biggest goal that I have, and that anybody should be trying to obtain, because a lot of people are unhappy, and I just want to see people happy.
Most definitely.
A lot of us are unhappy with our day to day, and the biggest goal is to strive to happiness, to fulfill your happiness and love, and that's all we all really want.
That part. I feel that. I feel that. So my last thing I wanna touch base on real quick is, you know, what's next for you? Like, when it comes to the shows and the performances and things of that nature, what's next for you?
Man, so I'm working on my album. It's a slow process for me because I'm very particular. And this is my baby. My music is my baby. So, but what I got when I'm cooking, man, again, man, it's just a lot of fire. And this album, is not so heavy on um the message of pushing the culture forward so much. It's more so just dance vibes, um just allowing people to be free. But in time, when that album may take a little bit. I'm hoping to drop a single for the summer, to get everybody back into their happy mood, something very up and bouncy. I'm currently working on negotiating a deal with another song. I was going to have as my single, but it might do well placed with somebody else, working on those deals. And man, just focusing on staying happy, man. This world it has a way of trying to get you down, you know, with the news, between everything that's going on. And I look at the kids in Africa all the time, and I'm like, man, if they can smile, if they can smile,
Right.
why can't we? You know what I'm saying? So my biggest goal is working on just being happy, regardless. You know what I mean? Regardless of my situation, whether as long as I die continuing putting this message out, I'ma die happy.
That part. That part. That
And
part.
that's it.
Most
Hmm.
like I said, I gotta say, man, this is why I truly enjoy, again, having these interactions with these artists, man, because you guys truly, again, like I said, not only do you guys embody what you guys do so well, but you know how to
Hmm.
articulate it and put it into words for people to understand. So that's truly the beauty of it all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I
definitely,
I about to say I appreciate you, man. You know, me not being in North Carolina, you giving me this time, especially while I'm in another state, and allowing me to be able to chop it up with you and have the Carolina fam up in here.
most
Man, it's a
definitely.
blessing.
Most definitely, most definitely. But like I said, I definitely again want to say thank you. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm in full support of it. Keep putting out that dope music that you're putting out because it's truly going places, man. And
I
I, de-
appreciate it.
I definitely can't wait to see the rest of your progression. But with that being said, real quick, let the people know where they can follow and tap in with you for all people that's trying to get in contact with you.
You can follow me at CaliWood Rassamon. That's my personal page. If you're looking to do any type of business or get any service, you can follow CaliWood Entertainment LLC. If you want to see a little bit about my relationship, we got C's Company at CEES Company. And then if you're trying to come out to the A and perform, I got you, man. Come out to the Vibe ATL. All of these links are in my bio at the Vibe ATL. And you already know how it is, man. You already know what it is. It's love always. It's your girl, Cali.
That part. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this has been my time. Special thanks to my special guest, CaliWood, for coming through and chopping it up with us right here on Independent Scene Podcast. I want to take this opportunity right now to thank everybody that joined, everybody that showed love, everybody that showed support. And we look forward to seeing you guys again next time on another edition of Independent Scene Podcast. We out, guys.
Yay, yay.
With
Love.
love.